Let's go ahead and talk about the history of this particular booster, the missions it's flown as it prepares to fly number 16. That first mission was the launch of a Cargo Dragon spacecraft up to the International Space Station back on December 21st, 2021. That was Commercial Resupply Services, or CRS-24. That was followed on August 28th, 2022, with the launch of this booster's first Starlink mission, Starlink 4-23, lifting off from this pad 40, and landing on the same drone ship, a short fall of gravitas. Next up to bat came on October 15th, 2022, when it launched the Hotbird 13F satellite. It and another Eutelsat satellite would go on to replace Hotbird 8, 9, and 10 at the company's 13-degree east position. The fourth launch came on December 8th, 2022. It's the launch number 15 for OneWeb, sending up a batch of satellites for its internet constellation, which consists of more than 600 at this point Generation 1 OneWeb satellites, built right here on Florida's Space Coast at the Airbus OneWeb Satellites facility. Of course, OneWeb had to pivot away from using the Russian Soyuz rocket after Russia invaded Ukraine back in 2022. And so they contracted India and their space organization, as well as SpaceX, to launch 5 batches of the OneWeb constellation satellites on dedicated flights. This happened to be the first. Starlink 5-3 was next up to bat on February 2nd, 2023. That was followed by a launch for the Luxembourg-based company SES. SES 18 and 19 satellites launched on March 17th of last year. Then after that, it has been all Starlink all the time for this particular booster. We're talking Starlink 5-6 on May 4th, Starlink 5-12 on June 23rd, Starlink 6-9 on August 11th, 6-19 on September 30th, 6-26 on November 18th, 6-36 on December 29th. Coming into this year, 6-39 on February 25th, followed by 6-47 on April 5th, and most recently, Starlink 6-57 on May 6th of this year. Fueling is now getting underway, fueling is wrapping up soon on the Falcon 9 rocket. They're preparing to pull the transporter erector or strong back. You can see the clamp arms underneath the payload fairings now opening up. We are now less than 3 minutes to lift off.
Stage 1 lock slot is complete.
As you heard that good call out from SpaceX, the first stage now fully loaded with its propellant and oxidizer. Last fueling milestone we're anticipating is right about the 2-minute mark when the second stage LOX tank should be full. As we come to the final 2 minutes of the count, really appreciate the more than 25,000 of you who are with us tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the like button. It allows the YouTube algorithm to do its thing and brings more folks into this live coverage, as we are just minutes away. And a quick but sincere thank you to TCrow58 for a $10 super chat. Thank you, TCrow. Gargoyle2556 for a $5 super chat. Thank you, Gargoyle. Alex Florida Rican for a
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
$5 super chat. You heard that call up. Falcon 9 now fully loaded with 1 million pounds of propellant. Alex saying hello, Kata and Paulina from Uncle Alex. Deneman303 with a $2 super chat. Wishing a happy birthday to Rachel Simmons from Hillard, Florida. And Lee with a $2 super chat saying, let's go. So excited. And as we are now just about a minute away.
Gas launch closeouts have started.
See those ground gas closeouts.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
We are now just 40 seconds to liftoff. We're waiting for the SpaceX launch director to give their go for launch, coming momentarily.
Launch director, go for launch.
We're now 30 seconds away. $20 seconds. 15 seconds. And here we go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket on the Starlink 10-1 mission. Falcon 9 has cleared the tower. Session. First, we'll see first stage main engine cutoff at T plus 2 minutes and 25 seconds. That'll be followed 3 seconds later by stage separation. Then second stage engine start, SES1, T plus 2 minutes and 36 seconds. That'll be followed by the fairing deployment at T plus 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Seeing some views from inside the inner stage here. See Miko. Stage separation. There's the ignition of that Merlin vacuum engine.
Fairing separation confirmed.
There you see a few of the Starlink satellites on the Starlink 10-1 mission now. So far, all continuing well at this point. The Starlink 10-1 mission, the 42nd dedicated Starlink V2 mini flight in 2024 so far.
Vehicles are on nominal trajectory.
Good call out there from SpaceX. Now coming up on the 4th minute into flight, the next milestone we're looking for is the first stage entry burn to begin. It's coming up at T plus 6 minutes and 11 seconds. That burn lasting about 27 seconds in total. Now more than 5 minutes into flight. The toggling you're seeing of the two different camera views on the Falcon 9 second stage. Those are being done in order to get a view of both sides of that Merlin vacuum engine and ensure that it continues a good, even burn. Now coming up on minute 6 in real time. Just a note of the discrepancy between our countdown clock and what you see from SpaceX. Our clock is in real time. We're getting from SpaceX coming in on a slight delay. So we're now less than 10 seconds away from the start of that first stage entry burn beginning.
Stage 1 entry burn startup. Stage 1 FTS is saved.
And we do actually have views of that entry burn from our ground camera tracking here from our very own Stephen Young. That burn ending in real time, continuing on for a few more seconds here on the SpaceX feed.
Entry burn shut down.
Both vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
Now about 7.5 minutes into flight. Coming up next will be the first stage landing burn at T plus 8 minutes and 4 seconds. This booster preparing to come in for its 16th landing to date.
Stage 1 transonic.
With that call, the Falcon 9 first stage booster traveling below the speed of sound, now coming up on 8 minutes into flight in real time.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 terminal guidance.
Good call-outs here. You can see that landing burn underway. Get some views from the drone ship momentarily on the right-hand side. And there it goes.
Landing leg deployed. Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And for a 16th time, booster 1069 back
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
safely on a drone ship.
And back shutdown.
Nominal orbit insertion.
And a good call out of nominal orbit insertion after that second stage engine ceased its firing. The upper stage of the Falcon 9 rocket will now continue on in its parking orbit and coast until T plus 43 minutes 38 seconds. And there will be a brief 1 second burn. That will set up the 22 Starlink V2 mini satellites to deploy at T plus 52 minutes and 32 seconds.